Welcome to this presentation of the XYRIS measurement metrology tool. In the screen in front of you, you can see two coins, a copper coin, which I'm pointing to with the large pointer, and a silver coin to the left of that. They're mounted on a measurement plane, which is the large black area surrounding the coins. Above that, you can see a measurement head. And within the measurement head, there are two optical sensors, confocal optical sensors, and a microscope. The image that you're looking at is taken from a camera that we're using for the purposes of this demonstration, mounted within the measurement system. The system is enclosed in a transparent enclosure, which is surrounding it here. But as I said, for the purposes of this demonstration, we have a camera mounted within that. So I'm going to move from this camera view. I'm just going to minimize that view. And we're now looking at the measurement screen of the XYRIS instrument. The first thing we'll notice is on the right-hand side here, we have a view from the microscope within the measurement head. And as you can see, it's looking down on a coin. There's a large green box here, which I'll come to in a second. To the left of that is the measurement plane. So this blue area is effectively representing the large black area from the camera view within the cell. So this is the motion area. The current system that we're demonstrating here has a motion of 90 millimeters by 90 millimeters on ultra flat linear bearing stages. So these stages move very quickly and can cover the motion area of 90 millimeters by 90 millimeters. It's currently set up to be centered, and the coin, the microscope image is directly underneath directly above the coin. To the left of that is the parameters that define a measurement. So there are two key parameters here. The first key parameters are the number of points you require in X and Y, in the X and Y plane, and secondly, the area over which you wish to make the measurement. And if you can look at this box here, you can see X and Y are currently set to 4 millimeters, and that's reflected in this area that we've shown here. If I change that, I'm just going to go to that box and change it to 3 by 3. And what you'll see is the green box on the right-hand screen is now reduced to a 3 millimeter by 3 millimeter area. So effectively, what we're doing here is we're combining a microscope imaging system with a confocal scanning system. And if you look to the measurement plane, which has now got a yellow cross here, it's either a yellow pointer or a yellow cross. I'm just going to zoom into this by just zooming the image a bit. This is not changing anything. I'm just zooming the image. This large box around the outside is effectively the field of view of the microscope. And within that, the green box is the 3 millimeter box that we've just requested here. So that's that. So the other thing to notice, let's go back to the overview image, put that there, is on the top here, we've got some icons. We're currently in the microscope viewing mode, which is why we can see this image on the right here. I'm now going to click on a space navigator. What that now does is that allows me to move the system. And you'll see that by looking at the microscope image here. You see I'm moving to the left. I can move in any direction. Let's move to the edge of the coin. Here. I'm going to move down and look at a feature. There's a chain feature here, and let's scroll down that chain feature. And I'm going to say, I'm quite interested in this feature at the bottom here. So this is solely for the purposes of this demonstration. I quite like this feature, and I'm going to make my measurement correspond to this particular area. To do that, I have to switch from, well, first of all, I have to switch off the navigator. So let's switch that off. And I'm now going to switch from the microscope mode to the measurement mode. To do that, in this case, I have to move the sensor a bit vertically. And I'm now in the measurement mode. I know I'm in the measurement mode, and if we look at that of the overview camera, I think you can just about see a point of light here on the surface, which is roughly where the chain is coming down the coin. So let's just minimize that picture and leave it over the top of so we can see what's going on. I'm in a measurement mode, as indicated here. I'm going to collect a measurement area 3 millimeters by 3 in the area we selected from the microscope. And I'm collecting 101 data points, so it's 100 spaces by 100 spaces, which gives us a spacing of the data of 30 microns. All I need to do now is click measure. Before I do that, I'll just point to this column here. This is an indication of the sensor output within its range. The current sensor that we're using, it's not visible in the camera view, but it has a full-scale range of 350 microns. And you can see it's roughly in the middle of that range. To the right of that is just an indication of the amount of light that's being returned to the sensor, which can be used for various measurement principles if you wish to use that. But we're currently measuring a height property, and all I'm going to do is click measure. So that opens a screen. You can see I've got some measurements here. I'm just going to save today's measurement 3 by 3. It has the date on it. I'm going to save that, and it's starting to measure. Now we can see something is happening on this screen, which I'm pointing to below the measurement plane. There are two things happening. The first thing that's happening, if we put the camera view on, let's go here. Let's make that bigger. We can see the point of light moving on the surface. Here. Let's minimize that. We can also see the measurement time. Currently, we have 30 seconds left for this measurement. And you can see the square 3 by 3 here is gradually being filled with data. We can zoom into that in a moment. We can't zoom in while it's actually measuring, but we'll zoom into that in a second. And here we can see a live feed of the cross-section with the height given in millimeters, but you can see the decimal points here go below a micron, goes to the nanometer scale. So this is actually giving us an indication of the features that we're looking at. It's telling us that we're getting good data, and we have some parameters here. We wish to use those we can. So the measurement's finished. That was the noise that we heard. I'm now just going to use the zoom function like I did before. Just recenter that. And you can see pretty much we've got the measurement area that we were looking at. If I go back to the microscope mute mode, let's do that quickly. I need to adjust the sensor to bring it into focus. Sensor height position, that is. So there you can see a very quick measurement that we've done. And you can see the corresponding area in the microscope mode there. That concludes our first measurement. In the follow-on video 2, I will give a quick demonstration on how we can vary the area of the measurement. And secondly, we'll then look at an automatic programming method whereby we can measure multiple areas in sequence.